Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. We're back to battle videos for a little while. Thanks for supporting all the other videos. It's a battle on the Live Oaks map, and we're following Rimac from Pity Clan. He's in the Tier 8 Soviet premium tank, the T-54 Model 1. This was the prototype, first prototype of the T-54 in game. That's the Tech Tree Tier 9 Soviet medium tank. One time that was one of the most powerful tanks in the game, and people who were playing in the earlier versions might remember the T-54 Wolfpacks that would form and just decimate the enemy sides. Okay, so you'll see even 90 has been spotted. You might wonder why that shot didn't go through. You get a full outline, even though you see a penetration indicator there. That one did go through. When you can't see the whole tank, you are seeing the outline, but you can't see that it's behind an obstacle or partly behind an obstacle. So even though it's lit now, you can't see the outline because it's not visible at all. But when part of it is behind an obstacle, you get to see the whole outline. And when you're behind a bush like that, when the bush is opaque, you can't see anything that's obscuring the base of the tank, for example. So if you aim at the center of mass, which is sort of typical for long distance shooting, that part of the tank may be actually behind obstacles. Anyway, just something to remember for the future when you're using your bushing techniques. Anyway, so he's come up to this hill here, offers a fair bit of protection. It's pretty common for tank destroyers and other tanks to come up here. We've got LC even 90 there from Pity Clan. That's I Need Tree. It's a play on words. If you put his name together with clan name, you'll might have to why he chose that name. It's actually I Need About Tree. That's what it is. Anyway, so here he's trying to keep the Barask that's coming up spotted and spotting the other enemy tanks there. Got a little bit of assisting damage there from the T-28 that just got killed, but the Barask is basically in a little depression there. Pretty safe spot generally, but the LC overnight is keeping him spotted, and Rimac will basically try and assist with that as well. Now, early days in the game though, a little bit behind both tanks and hit points, but early days. Let's see how that transpires. Let's have a look at the mini-map. You can see the white circle around Rimac's tank. That's the proximity spotting range. So anything that comes into that circle will both light you up, but also if that tank is undetected, as soon as it gets inside that circle, they will light up as well. So you don't have to be visual spotting. You can just note that they're on the map there once they get into that circle, but it carries risk both ways. They get spotted, but you get spotted as well. Anyway, so he's going to try and keep this Barask spotted, hoping to try and get some damage. He's in a pretty safe spot. At this point, there doesn't seem to be any risk coming from the direction he's facing, but keeping his turret armor there is part of it. Now that you'll see looks like he's running away, looking for an outline, not getting anything. So he's probably behind some hard cover, he certainly is now. Now they've lost a couple more tanks, now they're a significant amount of hit points down. It looks like the Barask has worked out, he's been perma-spotted and he's heading down to the obvious position. That's a pretty aggressive spot where Greta is, and looks like he gets taken out by standard B. That's also flushed out the standard B though, and here we've got an 432 which has been basically caught out in the open and being lit there by Rimac, and he gets a lot of assisting damage there, so already up to 1.8k of assisting damage. And he's lit here, so he's just moving back behind cover of the hill, and he's found the T10 there, and maybe the T10 is distracted, certainly facing the other way. No, he knows he's lit now, he's facing Rimac, but shot whistles over his head. And as he can punish the T10 again. He's got premium rounds loaded for this purpose, and now he's spotted T-54E1. Formerly in the game that was a medium tank, it's been converted to a heavy tank in the most recent patches. And he's facing the other way, so giving Rimac a bit more of a side view. But Rimac still using his premium rounds, probably not realised that he could switch. And he's also aiming at the front wheel sprocket, aiming at the front corner of the tank, trying to track him out in the open and get some tracking assistance. But nonetheless, he's getting some assisting damage up to 2.3k of assisting and 2k of his own damage, so really racking up the damage here. The T10 has moved to the position where the Barask was. Barask basically gave up his whole position trying to chase that ELC down, so though he was lit, he actually wasn't in any danger, and going after the ELC basically just exposed him, and the tank destroyers that were down the side of the swamp there basically managed to completely erase him from the game at that point. So Rimac just coming over the top here. Now you notice he doesn't crest completely, it's just enough to spot the T10. It's pretty much a no-no to go right over the top. He will be lit by both the tank on the other side, and there he goes. Managed to get the T10 removed by the Charpature 4. And at this point Rimac decides to go in. I think he was trying to go into town there, but he's spotted a Hawk 30. He does take a hit from the Hawk with HWK. Manages to get one in return, but he has been lit. Again, now the T-54 E1 has got him in his sights, takes 2 hits. Does he get away with it? Yes, he does. So left on pretty much a 1-hit position. So T-54 E1's certainly got his revenge there. So Rimac has to play this a bit more carefully now. Now you notice when he got up to this position he did knock these trees down. That's to give him some side protection from the hill where the standard B was previously. That's a common position for tank destroyers, particularly in the early phases of the game. But he knows now that that position's been cleared out. The Udes on that side of the map has basically given enough vision there, at least for the moment. The standard B, I think last has been seen up near where the artillery nearly always sit around the A0 position, so he's pretty safe. So I think Remac's deciding, okay, it's better to relocate. He's not getting any real value out of that position. No, the standard B's come back, so he must have just done a big loop around. But looks like Rimac spotted him because he's picked up the spotting damage there. Brings him up to 3k of spotting damage, so it's really doing well in terms of assisting. There's the standard B. Did he get lit that time? Yeah, Rimac got lit. So just ducking down again, making sure that there's no guns pointing his way. Now we spotted a couple of tanks over there, or they have been spotted. There's the Mutant, the M6A2E1, called the Mutant because of the shape of the turret. He's not quite got enough gun depression here to hit that T-34, but the Mutant is a taller tank, and the Mutant knows he's been shot from this direction. He's facing this way, that gives his strong frontal armour, so not likely to go through. Rimac has premier rounds loaded again for this. Manages to get a hit into the T-34, and can he punish him a bit more? The Mutant's down to 1 shot, but he's just looking for that opportunity. T-34 is down to 2 shots at this rate. And he just needs the turrets to face the other way. The Mutant's facing the other way. Is he going to get the hit? Oh, just goes over the top. Just needs to get a bit higher, but he's right at the edge of the U range. He's not really risking a lot, particularly with heavy tanks, and he gets the kill on the Mutant. It's down to only 5 premium rounds left. He's certainly got plenty of ammunition. Can he get... He doesn't quite get his shot in. And the T-34, is he going to come back? Just waiting for him to reverse up a bit. And the T-34 goes down, taken out by the artillery. Which gets him a little bit of spotting damage. So now you can see the enemy basically have been hemmed in to one corner of the map. And although Rimac is on low health, he's just looking for an opportunity to use his gun again. 2.8k of direct damage. He's done almost, certainly done more than twice his hit points so far. Can he contribute a bit more to the game? Let's have a look. Udes has gone in there to look at the Hawk, and he managed to get the standard B out there in the open, so Rimac gets a shot on there. The Udis is pushed in, but he's up against two tanks, and they're both auto-loaders. That's a bit of a risky move. In fact, the Udis pays the price for that, but he has managed to get both of those tanks down to one shot. And Rimac can push in here. He doesn't have a lot of hit points to play with, but he can at least take one out and potentially both. In fact, the Artie's been spotted, Artie's been taken out. Just coming around this corner, any spots there. He has got the T-54 E1. Just seeing the side of the turret, yes, gets a nice kill. Standard B gets taken out at the same time. And that is the battle. Let's go and have a look at the results. So another ace tanker game there for Rimac. He got the Confederate medal there for having his team damage the tanks that he shot as well and spotted. Managed to get 2 kills in the end and did quite a fair bit of damage. So 3266 of direct damage, 3783 of assisted damage. That works out just over 7k of combined damage. So pretty impressive result. And as a result, 1468 base experience ticks him fairly well over the normal level of ace tanker at around 1300 this tier. And finished on top of damage as well with his team, which is excellent for a medium tank, considering how many tank destroyers there were. And the artillery as well. And on the enemy side, that Barask at the start from Saber Clan did the most. He fired 22 shots, 16 hit, 14 of those penetrated, a fair bit of long distance shooting there, mainly to keep himself safe, and we saw why close to the end there with his lack of hit points. Did make a decent amount of profit though, even with the premium ammo, so 61k of profit, and another great result there from Rimac, so thanks very much.